Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a floral pinky press-on nail set. I'll walk you through step by step how we're going to get there. First up, I'm going to show you the colours I'm using. We've got Madam Glam today. We've got two cool colours, so we've got a white and a nude, and then you want to pick out your two pinks, and you definitely need them to be two different shades because we're going to create almost like a little bit of a gradient look. And if pink isn't quite your colour, this is a really nice set where you can literally replace it whichever colours you want to go for, whether it's blue, green, orange, maybe some browns, make it a little bit more muted and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to start off with applying the nude shade first on the nail, and then I'll put that in the lamp for a cure. Then off camera I'll go ahead and do another layer or maybe even a third. This gel polish is quite sheer, so a little bit frustrating, but on a positive side it's buildable, so you can utilize and use it as and when needed and how you want to use it. So I've done that off camera real quick, so here is the kind of final result with a couple of layers applied. I never do I never do more than 3, so what you've seen here is either 3 or 2, depends. And now it's time to start off with our nail art. It's always my favourite part of the video. So we're going to start off with the white, and with the white every single nail has something going on, and every single nail has literally all of the colours that we're using today as well. So we're going to pick one colour, do all the bits with the one colour on all the nails, cure it, return, and continue with each colour. So that's going to be the method for today. On the ring finger, we're going to do a French tip, which I've just done right there. And I used the brush from the bottle just to help me to quickly colour in the tip, and then we can move on to the next. The other nails are essentially going to be just like squiggly, fun lines, nothing crazy. I think these are very, very beginner friendly, but also I feel like quite effective. Like, they're quite busy, they're eye catchy, and I think it's a set where if you've made it and someone goes, oh my god, that looks so good, you can be very proud and say, I did this. So yeah, I love it. And then when it comes to the thumb, I'm going to do like a corner on this thumb. Well, this thumb in particular is going to be top left, and I'm going to colour that in as well. This white from Madam Glam is amazing because I only have to do one coat. It's like the best white I've ever used. It's super opaque, and if I can recommend it, if it's still on the website, I would recommend it today. I recommended it a million other videos before, and I'll continue if they still got it. I haven't actually been on the website for a while, so I don't know, because I know that sometimes they remove their polishes and they kind of come out with new ones and stuff, or different variations of the ones they already had, and mix and match on the websites a little bit sometimes. But yeah, in love. And really, I might try and find another company that does a really good white too, because there's just never enough good whites out there, I reckon. But yes, on the other nails, as you can see, I'm doing these very simple squiggles. Nothing too crazy, nothing too, intricate. It's just some very loose little squiggles, and you can even place it in different areas, or make the squiggle a bit more rounded or anything, kind of whatever you're feeling. And then cure all of that in the lamp. Now we're going in with the pink. The pink is a little bit sheer and it's a bit patchy here and there, so with that one I do have to go in with 2 coats. So again, I'll do that off camera. But essentially, you just want to continue doing those lines as you did with the white, but now you're doing it with the pink. So all you need to do at this stage is kind of decide whether you want to put it on the top or bottom part of the white, and then go from there and just basically repeat what you just did again with that pink. And again, you're going to want to repeat that with the other pink as well. And then I think again I did a second coat on that pink too. Nothing beats that white, guys. That white is just 10 out of 10. I can't get enough of it. I've literally gone through like 5-6 bottles by now. It's amazing, and you all need a white in your collection. It's like a must. And yeah, obsessed with it. But I definitely need to find a new one and just kind of explore a couple new companies, guys. Like, I've been stuck with Madam Glam for a while and I love them. And I'm not complaining, but I think it's time I actually try out some new companies, new products out there, because the nail industry is always developing and creating new stuff, and I feel like sometimes I'm a bit stuck in one area, and I should branch out a little bit. But yes, that's the final nail with the dark pink, and now we're going in with the lighter pink. I'm going in again, and I have to say that light pink is just something else. It's like my perfect kind of pink. I love it. It's bright, and it's just got this, it's just a gorgeous pink. I don't even know how to explain it, but I just love it. If I was to go for one colour nail, which is very rare for me, as you all know, this would probably be the colour I'd want on my fingers. And yeah, so repeat that on all those nails. Then we're going to do a couple flowers, which I also opted for a bit of an easier method there as well. Like, I'm trying to really keep this a beginner-friendly tutorial. And then I'll also walk you through the gems and how we're going to do the top coat to help these stay on for as long as possible. So these are actually going to be wearable nails. I'm making them for myself on this set today. So I've already took a couple steps before filming to help me make sure that they're going to be nice and wearable, such as I already filed off or kind of tried to correct the shape near the tip, because often the plastic is a little bit chipped and stuff, or a bit uneven or bumpy on the tip. So I've kind of filed down and crispened up that shape there. And after the video, I'm also going to file the underneath of the nail to help with the retention too. So I've now tried to change that technique. You might see a couple more videos where I'm actually uploading it without it, but to be fair, it's so much easier if you're going to file the back before you do the art, because then you're actually risking ruining your design. Because I use one of those nail drills, and sometimes when it's kind of spinning way too fast, then the nail might kind of flip and I might end up touching the actual design, which is just a nightmare. So after a couple more videos on the channel, you notice that when they're clear on my tips, that they're a bit more like matte looking. But essentially, it's a bit of like a, trial and error with press-on. Sometimes I feel like some things work for others, some don't. And I think we all just need to try different things and see what works for ourselves. I feel like we all also live a different, everyone has a different lifestyle. So some might not have to prep their nails too much and get great retention and everything. And others might have a crazy life and use their nails a lot. And they just need something to do everything that they can, basically, to keep them on for as long as possible. But I have been successfully able to keep my nails on for up to 3 weeks, which is great. And to be fair, they shouldn't really be on for any longer than that anyway. So I feel like I've hit the max there. And I can really do a video actually talking about what I do and how I do it and how I apply them and everything like that. So let me know if you want it. I probably will record it. I think it's a bit of a fun video and a bit of a change on my channel than just doing the art. But I spoke too much. I ended up actually drawing a line between the two pinks, I think on all of them, just to kind of separate those two colours together with the white, and did a couple dots. And now we've done the flowers, which I just used a dotting tool and just kind of connected it all together. I wasn't being too perfect with the flowers either, so some petals look maybe a bit different than the one next to it, but that was kind of the purpose of it, really. I didn't want them to be too perfect, and again, this is very strictly beginner friendly, and we need it to be easy, simple, and recreatable. So I'm going to continue there with the flower, and dotting tools are just so great to have, not even just with the dots. There's so many things you can do with them. I've got so many designs where I keep picking them up. So if you don't have any dotting tools or a selection of different brushes, definitely invest in one. You can get some really, really nice ones from Shein even. You don't even have to spend lots of money for some branded expensive brushes or dotting tools. Literally just hop on Shein, grab a little pack, like a tiny little pack, just to get you started anyways, and you'll see such a big difference. For the longest time I was kind of stuck on one brush just because I just fell in love with it. I just kind of learned to do everything with it. And then I could never do nice straight lines, like from the top right to the bottom of a nail. My lines would always be wonky. And then eventually I just picked up the longer brush, like you probably should have ages ago. And I noticed that it was just so much easier to do, and I can get nice long straight lines. And it just shows that, each brush is made for its own thing, basically. So you can't always do everything with one brush as much as you want to and try. I still have my favourite, and it's always the one you see on the channel, but if there are things that I'm struggling with, I will switch out the brush and I will let you know on the video too that I have. But yes, I'm also doing little stars too, so I'm doing, popping down a dotting tool, dot, and then dragging out the lines to create a little star look on it. And we want to continue that up with the other two nails too. So on this French tip, you've got only one flower at the top there. And then finally on the pinky, there'll be one little baby flower. So I actually had to change the size of my dotting tool, because you can get, often with a dotting tool, you get it in a pack and they have different sizes, which again, very helpful. So on the pinky, because it's such a small little nail, I had to switch out the actual dotting tool so I can get a little baby flower in there. And then once I'm happy, I'll pop that into lamp for a cure, and then we're going to do the insides of the flower, which I've decided, I was a bit distraught. Do I do it with the lighter pink? Do I do it with the darker pink? I wasn't too sure, but because I just was quite in love with that lighter pink, I just opted for that one. So that's what we're going to do in just a moment. And again, it'll be very handy if we had to have a smaller dotting tool to do that. So we're going to do that in just a second once that one is done, and I do a couple more dots. And then after that, we've got some charms, which I love for nail art, but sometimes I was a bit nervous to actually wear them with charms. And I know a lot of people do it, and I mean, I've even seen people do it around me and wear them, and you know, they stayed on, and they said it doesn't, you know, annoy them or anything. But I was just so frightened, and I started wearing them with the charms, and they were so right. You kind of just get used to the, you know, the bumpiness on the nail and stuff, and as long, you know, I try and take steps to help it kind of stay on for as long as possible, and I'm pretty happy actually with the charms. And it also makes your nails stand out from others too. Not everyone has the charms, especially when I get proper nail art, you know, from a nail salon done, because it's just so expensive to get your nails done these days. So, you know, having them on press-ons is definitely a bit more affordable and cheaper. So only on 2 nails we've got charms, on the index and on the ring finger, and it's free flowers. Since we've got flowers, it's a flowery theme going on, so we've got some flower charms as well. And it's a baby pink in the middle, and then followed by 2 smaller white flowers. And I really picked out, I was so prepared, I really picked out the caviar beads I'm going to pop inside the flowers, believe it or not. So it's already in my little container there ready to go. So there's that one, and you want to repeat that again, but on the French tip nail. And you see how on the left hand side it's quite quite, you know, bare and boring. Yes, we're going to cover that up. We are not leaving it like that. You all know me, I do not like empty spaces. So we're going to cover that up and repeat basically with the flowers, but kind of like on an edge, just kind of like, yeah, on the edge of the smile line, essentially kind of curving into the nail. There we go. And I am using the Macart Rhinestone glue gel here to do this, and I'm applying a fair chunk below it just to really like get that in there. And then I'm pumping some in the middle there of the flower, obviously too, for that caviar bead to go in there. Then I'll pop it in Slamp for a cure. Once it's out, I'm going to take the following steps, and that's grab your top coat. I am making them glossy today, and I'm going to apply that on all the nails. I'm going to start off with the ones without the charms because they require less work, and try and cap your free edge. There's been occasions where I haven't, and it has lifted, but it did lift after about 2 weeks of wear anyway, so it wasn't tragic. But if you want to obviously try and reuse them and stuff, then trying to prevent any lifting and kind of, you know, you just want them to last as long as possible, then definitely try and cap the edge, and often try and cap it with every gel polish that you use, but definitely with the top coat at the end. Now with the top coat on the flowers, I'm actually going to go over the top coat across all of the nail, including the charms, to help that really stay in there. I just found that to work really well, and it doesn't really bother me with it being on top of the charms or crystals either. So that's kind of my method, and it's working quite well for me. And sometimes if I'm very nervous and it's something like really thick and sticking out, then I might even apply another coat of top coat. But that is essentially it. I'll pop that in Slamp for a cure, and then here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.